just wanted to take a few minutes and go over this week's assignment with you. This week we will be creating a resource list for a project as well as adding resources to the project plan you created last week. Let's go ahead and look at the resource list. The resource list is basically just a way to identify and list the human resource requirements of the project. In this case, I have included a resource role name and a description that I would like you to provide for each human resource that's going to be in your project. If you'd like to include other information about them, you can, but I just need at least those two pieces of information. Let's go ahead and get started by adding our project manager. Our project manager is going to oversee the entire project. We're also going to add a media coordinator who is going to oversee the promotion of the 5K. And you will continue on listing all the different resource roles that you're going to have in your project. You could add, for example, a procurement director or a volunteer coordinator. You would list the volunteer that's going to provide and serve the post-race food. You would have the volunteer who is going to man the aid station. Any role that's going to be used in your project, and you will need to require them, or they will be required on this resource list. Once you've completed your resource list, we can then go over to the project plan that you created last week. I went ahead and just threw together a sample small portion of a project plan just to show you guys how to add resources to it. The first thing we want to do is we want to go over to the resource sheet, and this is where we're going to add all our resources. So basically you'll just take all the resources that you had on your resource list and you'll put them on here. So I will go ahead and add my project manager. I will add my media coordinator. This other information you can go ahead and take a look at for this assignment. I'm not requiring any of it. You just need to provide the resource name and the type, which is work. Once you've done that, then you can go back over to your Gantt chart and we will go ahead and adding our resources to our tasks. So I'm going to add my resources to all my tasks, which are these non-bolded tasks, and I'm going to go over to resource name, and when I click on it, I will have a drop-down list of all my resources that I've added. My first task, set race day and time, I'm going to choose my project manager to work on that. My second task, set race, location, and course. Again, my project manager is going to be working on that task. And then my last one, obtain permits. Again, that will be my project manager. Okay, I will go down to the second section of tasks, and the first is local radio advertisement. And I'm going to go ahead and set my media coordinator to that task. And as you see, as I add them to the task role gets put over here so you can easily see who's in charge of it. Now I am on distribute flyers, and I'm again going to add my media coordinator. Now as soon as I did that, you will go ahead and see this red icon come up, and basically that is telling me that I have over allocated my resources for my media coordinator. If you take a look, I have my predecessors for all three of these tasks to just start when the race setup is finished, our task number 5, I believe, obtain permits. And so if you look, on Monday the 27th, I have all three of those tasks set to start. Well, in this case, when I added my media coordinator, I have him working for 8 hours on my local radio advertisement, and I also have him working 8 hours on my distribute flyers, which would be 16 hours a day. And I have my project set up that my resources will be working 8 hours a day, so that's why they gave me a warning. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and say, okay, since my media coordinator is going to be working on both of these tasks, I am not going to have distribute flyers start until after the local radio advertisement is done. So that changed that to start on Tuesday, and it got rid of my error. I'm going to do the same thing for this next task because I know I don't want that to start until after my distribute flyers. So then I can come over here and add my media coordinator. And there you go. That's what you will be doing this week. You will be creating your resource list and adding resources to your project assignment, project tasks. Hopefully this helps and you will be able to get going on your project. Thank you.